time, bitches. So, I had Twitter. I had it for like a month and a half because, well, the first one was the commies. So I'm arguing with like 4 of them, and I might have made some jokes about a man with a funny mustache and his influence on communism. And so they, yeah, like 25 or 30 of them just mass reported one of my comments. And so that was my first strike. I couldn't get on
The commies mass reported.
Yeah, for like a day. I cannot tell the camera the rest of this.
Yeah.
It's gonna get way worse.
I can bleep out a lot of stuff.
You cannot bleep out.
It'll be the whole thing.
Yeah, it'll be the entire story when we get to talking about the next group of people. Alright guys, so today we're gonna do a full fluid change on this Mustang. Well, if you've watched our channel enough, you've kind of figured out we're pretty lazy. Generally speaking, it works out for the best, so we're going to try that today. We decided we're going to use one of these big old droppers, right? Essentially, you can get one of these. They aren't too awful expensive. I'm not sure where our illustrious cameraman picked one up at.
Walmart.
But, I mean, you can find these at Walmart. You can find these at DG half the time. You can find a bunch of them. Essentially, all we're going to do is each of these has a reservoir that's easily accessed, and that's so that you can fill it back up, as we all should know. So essentially we're just going to take this, right, and just as a little demonstration, we're going to use these clear cups. That way you can see the way the fluid looks before we actually do the circulation. So essentially we're just going to take this, right, we're going to fill it up with a little bit. I'm probably going to this up and put fluid everywhere, but then there we go. We've got another container off camera that we're going to use to actually fill this up at. No, we're not going to commit DEQ violations. YouTube and feds. But that's essentially what it looks like before we actually circulate it, right? This is power steering fluid, which, if you don't know, in one of these Mustangs and a lot of Fords, they actually use ATF transmission fluid. Oh, I can't talk about that. So,
Here, I'll hold
that's all you have to use for these. It's not as expensive as actual power steering fluid, which is a nice bonus. And that's about all the nice things you'll hear me say about Fords. So, yeah, let's get started. So, here we have ATF, automatic transmission fluid. It's not that hard. And, as I said, one of the few props that I will give Ford vehicles is their use of this as power steering fluid, because actually buying power steering fluid is not fun. But essentially all we're going to do with this, right, is we're going to put it in the reservoir, we're going to turn it on, we're going to run it through a couple of times, essentially flush the system as best as we can, and then we're actually going to fill the system up afterwards, right? Essentially what that's going to do is, because, again, as I stated before, if you watch our channel, you know, we redneck the out of most of this, which is generally speaking the best way to get it done, especially if you don't have a lot of fancy equipment and things. Essentially that's what you're going to have to do, right? So you're going to have to be able to flush your system out somehow. So we're going to move our fancy schmancy cups out of the way.
No, the cups.
Yeah, our punch cups, whatever that we found. So
Don't miss.
I'm gonna miss hardcore, guys. I do this with antifreeze all the time. Whoa, that was a good one.
Don't go too far. That's good.
All right, now we're gonna get in. We're essentially gonna run it through the system, and then we'll be back with you in a minute when we're in the process of cleaning it back out. While you're doing that.
Look at that.
It already looks slightly cleaner, but
We'll do it one more time.
yeah, I was about to say.
I'm making a mess.
You really are, bro. It's pretty great. As you can see, federal agents we didn't commit a DEQ violation. It's pretty great. Fancy jug too.
We got our old fluid, dark, can't see through it. And we got our new fluid, which really it's not really showing up really well. It's basically see-through, but it's not showing up very well.
Right. This essentially, if you're over the age of 21 or cool, is like the same consistency as Jack Daniels, right? Like you can see through it to a certain extent. And this has been run through the system one time, right? So it does have the junk thing that would have still been left in the system after the first time we scrubbed through it. So,
oh, now it's showing up a lot better.
This is essentially what your fluid should look like, right? This fluid is multiple years old, right? This
probably, I'd say a 10-year-old.
Yeah, fluid. This is, you can't see through it at all.
And what does it smell like? Smell burnt?
Yeah, it essentially smells like burnt tires compared to this, which smells like transmission fluid. So that's essentially the easiest way to change transmission fluid if you don't have a floor jack, which if you have a floor jack, I have a great question for you. Thank you for watching our content. It's kind of just lowbrow humor most of the time, but why? Alright, so if you can't tell, this is the old stuff. So in the course of switching out the brake fluid, which is what both of these are, unfortunately you do actually have to use real brake fluid with Fords. They don't just continue to pull things out of, you know, their backside. So we discovered that the brake fluid that was in this vehicle is, as previously mentioned, most of the fluids in this vehicle haven't been changed or have only been changed once in the vehicle's life, right? And as most of you can tell, this is prior to 2010 Ford Mustang. So that's pretty old fluid. This fluid has a green tint to it, and it doesn't really pick up on camera, but trust me when I tell you, there's sediment and plant matter in this one, which leads both of us to believe some kind of fungus or plant matter growing in the fluid itself, because this is the new stuff when it was flushed through the line. So while at some point a full flush of this system is probably in order, this is why you change your fluid a little bit more frequently, guys. So old stuff, new stuff, right? Changing fluids is good for your vehicle. It prolongs the life of the vehicle. Something I had to learn the hard way back when I was in high school. So there you go, guys. Brake fluid is done. Alright guys, so there's a little bit of a bonus for this video. This isn't really fluid change per se, but it is a good idea to put into your vehicle. It helps your engine run a lot cleaner. I figured that out because, as you can see, I drive a lifted cat eye, right? So generally speaking, get about 12 miles to the gallon. You start running this stuff through to clean up your fuel system, I saw an increase of 2 to 3 miles per gallon, which is more significant than you would think driving a truck like that. So I recommend doing stuff like this, cleaning your fuel system. So as a little bonus, essentially you're just going to get to watch me put this into the vehicle as well. So essentially all you're going to do, go back here, right, take your gas cap off, and that's gone. And then you're just going to take it and pour it in there. Bada bing, bada boom. Easy as that, right? So essentially what this is going to do is it's going to circulate through your fuel system. And unlike normal fuel, right, or even that fancy Shell fuel that supposedly has stuff in it, this actually goes through your fuel system, up your fuel lines, all of that jazz. Helps clean out the headers on your engine, which is a big deal. A clogged up header can get to be kind of a major issue. You can run into a lot of engine problems with that, and I can promise you that's one of the biggest issues you'll have with the vehicle. So right now what we're going to do, we're going to fire this bad boy up. Alright, so all you got to do, you just got to sit here and let it run through the system for a minute or two. brakes definitely hold better.
Oh yeah.
I'm very impressed with the brakes.
We gotta fix the rattling.
Oh, for sure. And whatever that noise was.
That's the lock over here. It don't work.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, dude, it definitely runs smoother. 100%. The steering, especially. Well, I mean, the steering's the most noticeable.
Yeah, the steering works really good.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, thank God. These roads hopefully will be out in the next couple of years. I ran, dude. The brick.
That was probably one of the dumbest inventions ever, brick road. I can understand if it was a thing at the time, like that's all they had.
Yeah, but we just left it because people don't want to move on. Oh yeah, everything is smoother. The steering is way smoother.
Does it shake when you brake, the steering wheel?
No.
It used to be real bad.
No, I mean a little bit. You can feel it a little bit, but not enough.
Well, last time when I braked, the steering wheel would do like this.
No, it's not like that. It's a vibration more than anything else.
It's more like the exhaust vibration.
Yeah.
I figured.
All right, guys. Well, there you go. That's how to change your brake fluid, your power steering fluid, and then add you some fuel line cleaner in. In the future, we'll probably do an oil change on this as well. Maybe some other stuff. This is definitely going to be a project for the future. This vehicle is. We're definitely going to be putting some work in on it. It's going to be a little bit of a transformation, which is going to be real great. We're all pretty stoked about it. So, anyways, like, comment, subscribe. F you, Susan, and all of the other cool stuff. Have a great day, guys.